Hello, this is Mr. Vinny, and I am going to report about the gals that have been fighting, the Amandas, the Nunezes, Amanda Nunez and Amanda Serrano, and the amazing Juliana Pina. I think I'm saying that right, Juliana? But anyway, there had been one of the biggest upsets in MMA history just happened. The seemingly invincible wrecking ball that was Amanda Nunez was wrecked herself. And one of the biggest upsets since Douglas beat Tyson, or when, among other upsets. Very shocking. Holly against Liston. Well, in the female league, Holly Holmes knocking out Ronda Rousey. Although I predicted that, but that was long before there was such a thing as Nostradini's website. Anyway, the fight was set up. Nunez has wrecked many a fight. Ronda Rousey, Holly Holmes, even the indestructible Chris Cyborg, all within a round or two. She was proving the stereotype of the Amazonian, Amazon gay lesbian woman. Yes, I know that's a stereotype with the superhuman strength, but some things are based in reality. Yes. But I was one of the few who thought Pena had a chance. She was the type of gal that if you were dating her, you'd be worried if you never would cheat on her because, hey, she's a passionate woman. She'll key your car. She'll burn your clothes. Only she's the type of woman that would key you and burn you in the clothes. A very passionate type of woman. And she was bad-mouthing Amanda. This kind of threw Amanda off. Most people are a little scared of Amanda. That's my opinion. When they got in the ring and things changed, at first it looked like a blowout. The size difference between them. It looked like there was a 10 or 20, 15-pound difference in the size. Yet, Pena kept on falling. First round, she was on the back a lot of the time. And then she got up. In the second round, started slugging with Amanda. Now, Amanda, she may have been blowing out people too much too soon lately. It was Kat Zingano beat her by taking a beating, coming back like Rocky, and knocking around ground and pound a number of years ago. The recipe, sometimes with somebody like Nunez, is stand up to her, slug her, put some heat on her, and she gets excited. And like a lot of big punchers, like Ernie Schaefer's, or even legendary punchers like Sonny Liston, when you came at them, they might fall apart when things go wrong. I'm not saying she's a bully or something, or she falls apart, but she gets nervous, uses a lot of energy. She started little Pena kept on popping her, standing up to her. And she started taking it in the chin. And started doing some of the distorted punches, and you can see Amanda is taking blows. This threw Amanda off. Amanda, the invincible, the Amanda that the people were saying she was going to take on guys, kind of fell apart once that little Pena started popping them. Well, anyway, Pena gets on her back later on, takes her out, which just goes to show you that it's very hard in MMA to be invincible. Unlike boxing, where guys can go for years without losing, because with MMA, you can get kicked in the head, you can get stunned, you can get punched. A lot of ways to mecca in terms of losing in a MMA fight. Anyway, something was proven that passionate Pena won the fight. I like it, Amanda. Pena, she's sort of like the I say Juliana Pena, because she's sort of like a Rocky character, and she has quite the trash thing. Trash talk, I think, helped. I also think I like her. She's a cutie. If I was a younger man, I'd think thoughts, but she has a bit of a potty mouth because the first thing she says, "Hey, F, bitches," or something like that. It was shocking. I was shocked. I wasn't that shocked, but I was a little shocked. First thing out of her mouth, not so good. Young lady, potty mouth, yeah. I'm at that age where I correct people's business. I know at a certain age is sort of a hypocrite because when I was her age, I was a pretty potty mouth myself. I sounded like somebody who had Tourette's, you know. But that's the age. I think the hormones are still going on there. Anyway, she won, and there might be a rematch. Um, I would still, I don't know who would win that rematch. Um, uh, Amanda might be totally prepared the second time around and not so shocked that somebody actually hits her back and puts her in the face. Anyway, congratulations, Pena. Amanda, come back. You're still the top female fighter in the world. Cyborg came back after getting clocked by you, and of course, Rhonda has a career in the wrestling. Even though it's theatrical, she's still out there. Anyway, um, let's see. The other Amanda is fighting Marion Gutierrez on the Jake Paul card. Let's not say, I don't think there's going to be the second defeat of another Amanda. No. Serrano will fool you because when she came up from weight from like a very lightweight to now she's 135. Yeah, you know, if you looked her in the street, especially when she's all lightweight, you say, well, I'm not worried about her. She looks like a refugee from a modern dance class. But then you look at the biceps, you look at the determination, the energy, scary girl. Now, Gutierrez is sort of like well, she's Spanish too, but actually from Spain itself. Um, she's a strong girl, really very muscular, big, has a great chin. I believe she went the distance with Katie Taylor, took everything that Katie could throw at her, and was still there. But uh, Amanda is out of 40 victories, 30 knockouts. She's probably the hardest punching gal in boxing. I think she'll wear out the Spaniard, knock her out late in the fight. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. And then she goes on to Katie Taylor. Great fight. Both are incredible fighters. Katie has the skills and speed, and has been in dogfights. Amanda Serrano, she's so powerful. I don't know if she's been in real dogfights. That could be the edge. Who's tougher? I don't know. I don't know. It's too. It'll be like PS34, not PS34, my old the model when the Catholic schoolgirls would duke it out. Catholic religion, the Puerto Rican, the Irish, you know, it'll be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight. I don't know. At this point, it's too far in the future for me to make a prediction. I'll have to see what happens with the Gutierrez fight. Anyway, okay. All right, Chris Shields. She she did MMA, lost the fight. In MMA, that doesn't mean anything. MMA, you could be a great boxer and lose your fight. She's talking about fighting Jake Paul. Now, you may think this is crazy, but I don't know what would happen in a fight like that. Jake is a good fighter, but very inexperienced, very big punch, much bigger than Shields. Shields has infinitely more skills than Jake. I don't know. I like to think it will be a David and Goliath thing. Shields could outskill him, avoid his punch, and wear him down, and maybe decision the guy. Maybe decision. But a big guy, Jake can hit no matter what. Whether he fights a professional, he fights an amateur, it don't matter. He can bang. He's been fighting in the gym. It's true they're gym fights, sparring, but he is a powerful guy. And I think if he nails Carissa on the jaw, oh, man, now you may think, hey, this is crazy. You haven't predicted when Tommy Fury was going to fight Jake. You thought Jake would win. But that's and you say, well, Tommy's a big guy. He's a real heavyweight. But Tommy, not very aggressive. Not as skilled as Shields, in fact, in terms of an overall fighter. So he might get appointed by Jake. I don't know. Maybe not knocked out. That would be an interesting fight, Tommy against Jake. That would be the top. Jake is a hot throb from a certain amount of females out there. See, he's sort of the bad boy guy that you date and he takes advantage of you, but you love him anyway. Now, Tommy has a following in Great Britain. He's the type of good-looking guy that if your girl cheated on you with him, you say he's so good-looking, I could see it happening. Yeah, don't blame me too much. You know, I mean, well, she's only human. He said that's swarthy, not Mexican, gypsy look. I'm looking forward. I'm hoping Jake gets past Woodley and Tommy and Jake have the battle of the pretty boys. So it'll be very interesting. And maybe in England, who knows? Who knows what could happen? Anyway, that's my predictions. I know I threw a few stereotypes in here. When you get to be my age, you live by your stereotypes. It stabilizes the world. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Try to put this on the internet. See if my skills work. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay.